Hello everybody, my name is Matt and this is my YouTube channel, Zephyr's Gambit. Today I am DM for a group of adventurers in the setting of Eberron. This hangout is recorded, not aiming to entertain an audience, but a record to look back on. Having said that, hopefully any people watching will still get something out of the experience. We are normal adult people. We will make mistakes. We will and and we will stumble over descriptions and decisions, and we will swear. This campaign's story and quests are original content set in the Eberron universe. This is not canon, but tries to remain lore-friendly as much as possible. Having said all that, let's get the game started. We join the action as our characters have had quite an ordeal last time, the ones that were available. So for those that weren't here, and for any people watching, we met a very attractive young lady by the name of Lana May. She was scantily clad, running, and she called to us as we were departing the healing shop, where our friend Hulda the healer was being attended to. We left there and we were heading towards the guild, and this voice called to us, and we turned around and there's this girl, or lady. Silas was immediately taken by her, quite attracted to her, as she is quite the looker, and we sort of came to her rescue a little bit. She told us about this man who had tried to force himself upon her, and that she had escaped, and we decided that it would be a good idea to help her out by teaching this man a lesson. So we planned out an elaborate ambush for him, where we would go to this inn tavern where he was staying, dress up, or at least Shadar dressed up as a woman, and Lana put on some different makeup and also disguised herself so that she wouldn't be spotted. So everyone, and then Silas hid in the room, in the privy, so that he could jump out and surprise everyone. We knew that the man would have guards because he called the guards to chase Lana. So she told everyone that there would be guards. We laid our ambush as we were creeping along the corridor. Well, not creeping, as we were taking the man, seducing the man to the room where the ambush was laid. We heard that there were men behind the doors of some of the other rooms. We ignored them. We knew that we were laying an ambush for them and that we'd probably be better off. So we laid our ambush anyway, and soon found out that these men really hit hard. Really, really hard. And the fight was extremely difficult, and all of us ended up unconscious. A few of the guards died, and the man that we were chasing after, whose name is Barut, he escaped through the window. And then a whole heap of guards came up the stairs, which is why the men ran off, and found this scene with all of us unconscious and a couple of dead bodies. And of course, this was a little suspicious. So they started to question us. For the other guys, you would be at the guild at the time that we would be escorted back by the guards. So you would see these heavily armored, gruff-looking men bringing the adventurers back to the guild. They talk to the guildmaster and they say that these people are under investigation, as well as the situation that they're in is under investigation, that they probably shouldn't leave town, and that maybe they're innocent, but investigations have to be made. They're also looking into they also took the descriptions of the men that you guys provided, and are looking into the evidence to see exactly what went on. They're a bit suspicious. You guys then got some rest, as all of the participants in the battle were very hurt. And you wake up. By the way, Silas went to bed with Lana. No shenanigans. Just in the same bed. And he wakes up and she's no longer there. She's completely disappeared. So that's odd. And you wake up with bruises all over you. You're sore from the battle yesterday. Though you're feeling, you're feeling rested, and you're feeling like you could, go about your day as normal, and just a little bit sore. You're still padded with some dressings and wraps to make sure that you're not bleeding out, and so you're not feeling the best. As for the others, Shard, last session we narrated that you were making sure that your friends who had contracted this disease and who had been fed the cure were okay. Elias and what was the other one's name? The other one. Anyway, you looked after them, made sure that they came back to normal, and they did. So they're fully recovered. They don't remember a lot of what went on, but they are extremely appreciative for bringing them back to the land of the sane. Emmerich, you went on a dinner with your friend. Let's see, just got to bring this up here. Your friend Medro, I think his name was, the soldier from your past who had saved your life. He's back in town, as you know, and you had dinner with him and caught up a little bit on all of the stuff that has been going on in his life for the last little while, and he reinforced that he has been asked to join the main exclusive Adventurers Guild here in Sharn, which is not the one that we're in. It's one that's been much better established, and one that only accepts established heroes. And so he's been asked to join them, and he tells you a little bit about them. Any questions for me before we go on?
You left out the whole part of going to that musical performance for sure.
Yes. So, do you want to explain how that went down?
Yeah, I can do that. I can absolutely do that. Another thing that we did was previous to going to almost our deaths. We we were invited by Shadar to go to a performance with his wife. He was dressed again. We know that he has the abilities to change his appearance, so on and so forth, and dress a manner of different ways. And he was dressed as Lord, I don't remember the name 100%.
Ashtar.
Yeah, Lord Ashtar. And we went to the theater in which that we've seen him perform in before, so on and so forth, and there was a specific performer that we went to go see. He was rather good. Come to find out, after watching the performance, so on and so forth, Star's wife seemed to be a little smitten towards him. And another thing is that we found out that he was also a blade singer, and he didn't understand how I could be a blade singer and not be an elf. It just didn't compute in his brain. He was a bit older, seemed maybe more into the tradition of things, and just didn't believe I was a blade singer at all, even to tell you the truth. But under some pretty good convincing, he took it for what he was. Then that's when we started to make the idea that we were going to go take care of Jerkface, and I was going to use some more real bad words, but I didn't want to do it there. I'll save those for later. And his wife decides that she's going to stay and join into the after party, per se. Right before we're about to leave, we realize that this after party turns into Caligula. Is the best way to put it. The clothes start stripping, the wine starts pouring. It was everything that every guy would ever want to be a part of. I made a funny joke to Lana that maybe we should stay for this, and then she was more interested in trying to kill this guy who almost killed us. And
was there a midget and a mule?
No midget and a mule. There might have been. We just never met them. But the kicker on the whole thing was, as we're leaving, I'm not sure if everybody saw it, or if it was just me, because I know that I wrote insight at the end. That we noticed that his wife was removing her clothes at the end. Maybe not getting sexual, but certainly partaking in the nudity and getting pretty close to that guy.
Yeah. Also, as we were heading back to the guild, you went somewhere else.
Oh, yes. And on the way back, Lana seems to have to do a ritual of some sort. We don't know a lot about it. Where she goes and visits her mother on a daily basis, and she didn't do it that day. So then we went to the graveyard, her and I, to go and do her little ritual thing, and we found that there was people in the graveyard, and they were certainly doing something that we didn't want to try to figure out what that was about. We realized that was probably not a good idea, just the two of us to go figure that out. We also kind of figured it might be part of the mission that we took, so we didn't want to screw anything up so that we wouldn't get paid.
All right,
really so what it came down to.
Lots of information there. So for you guys that weren't a part of last week,
you're lucky.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that these guys have been beaten up a lot. They're quite sore in the morning. So I just wanted to write something really quick. So Shadar, when he wakes up, he will straight away realize that Lana is no longer in your bed, and he'll look over to you, Silas, and he'll say, "I told you so."
And I just look up to him and I go, and that's the only answer I give. I just give him the #1 salute. I look not heartbroken, but definitely disappointed, because she and I had a great conversation when we got back, kind of that whole connection through extreme circumstances, connection there.
Sure.
We seem to really be having, some great conversation. We seem to kind of be showing feelings a little bit. I didn't want to push any moves because I was being a gentleman, so on and so forth. But now that she's not there, it definitely is a little disheartening to Silas, and maybe he sees her true colors a little bit.
It's also maybe slightly worrying on the other side of things too. So you don't know where she's gone. You don't know if she's perhaps again trying to track down this man, you are still feeling the blows from last night.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So for the others, do you guys have any questions for us, for me, for the party?
Oh, and just one thing about that little combat. I pretty much killed myself. Because I ice knifed at the end, killed like two or three of the people, but I failed to save, so I pretty much killed myself. Just to let you know. He looks pretty pissed off about that when you see him. That he wasn't smart enough to just do things a little bit differently, which probably would have worked. So we did get a long rest, right? So he
Yes.
is healed up and such. Okay.
Yes.
Let me get that done, and then we'll go from there. But
Yeah. All right.
he
Other
does
guys.
look a little heartbroken.
Yeah. Ty and or should I call you by your character names? Emmerich,
Yeah, that
Emmerich, and Shard.
and Shard.
I'll answer to either one.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's fine.
when you come in and maybe come and check on us, you know where we've been sleeping and what rooms we took. You'll see that I am working on my ritual to recast Kava because she died in the exchange.
Okay.
Now, would I be able to
Shard-
communicate to other people while I'm doing the ritual, or would I not?
No, you're pretty much focused on that. The other guys will have an opportunity to do what they want to do now.
Mm-hmm.
Shard will stand and watch your ritual. Interested. But since you can't say anything back to him at the moment, he'll say, maybe you need more tattoos, you wouldn't get beat up so much.
Now I can hear him.
Oh
And,
yeah.
You
know
can
what I mean?
hear him, you can't answer back at the moment.
Yeah,
You probably can give him another one of those.
I was about to say, I tell him that he's also number one, and yeah, we go from there. And yeah, you might get a little bit of tongue lashing when he's done with this.
It's just concentration, so you can sort of like make little replies.
Yeah.
Like that.
You know, I tell him he's number one, and I look at him and I just give him kind of the hands up, and I go, I got a story for you, and then go, okay, start concentrating again.
Well, I was gonna talk to you, but hey, Shard,
Yes.
how'd your yesterday go?
Not as exciting as everyone else's, it sounds like. I basically just checked on some old friends and...
Same.
I just shake my head, as as I'm sitting there.
Yes, they had a much safer day.
Yeah, clearly.
It sounded like we missed a show and an orgy and a fight.
I did have an excellent dinner, though.
Usually you
Yes.
have to pay for the... well, I can't comment on that.
No, the dinner was excellent, and Hedgerow would have whatever his name is would have paid for it himself. I've got it here. I should just refer to it. But Medro is.
Yeah.
He would have paid for it.
All right.
Well, it is my understanding that usually to have that much fun, one has to pay for it.
Yeah.
Oh, with the orgy, you mean?
I have never taken part in such a thing, but
I can't imagine you could. And you're gonna get
Nope.
like this like sort of slant.
but
like,
it might be
check over
interesting.
from Eric.
It might be interesting to see the look on people's faces if I showed up.
Oh, that'd be a treat. Oh, and he's gonna like sort of look like a light bulb sort of going off in his head. and he's going to be casting Mage Armor,
Sure.
and he's going to be using a Sorcerer Point to make it last 16 hours instead of 8.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. You can do that. And I've since it's been like a week, about a month actually since I've actually played with you. Does your Mage Armor have a visual effect on you? Or? You're muted, by the way.
Not unless he gets hit, and that's when his shadow actually comes up and blocks the hit for him.
Ah, right. Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. I like that. All right. So you have Mage Armor for the next 16 hours. Beautiful. Is there anything else you want to do? I mean, pretty much now you can say that the ritual's coming to an end, and you're able to go into the world and do whatever you guys want to do. Obviously, you've got all of that information about the graveyard there. Obviously, you've picked up the quest for that as well. And you also were looking for Wenderlane as well. So whatever you guys want to do is fine. And you're muted, Corey.
Yeah. Now that Silas is with the world, and first thing he does is he looks over his shoulder, and he goes, "Shard, while you were napping with your friends, we were taking care of business around here, and I don't appreciate the sediment."
My apologies. I did not mean to be rude. I really don't understand.
So what don't you understand, Shard?
You went
Let
through a
me explain
ceremony.
it to you.
You had some. You went through a ceremony, which was a nice ceremony. You had some tattoos put on you, and apparently that makes you a good fighter and gives you armor. I don't understand how tattoos can do that.
And I understand that. What I can explain to you is this: is I've been through many years of training back at school, and through the grace of the dean and so on and so forth, I have been given the opportunity to do something that only elves usually get to do. And I'm new to this shard. I'm a bit new. So I didn't know how to use it properly, I don't think, maybe. And I pull down, the front of my, my shirt, and it shows my tattoo. And I go, "This does not define who I am," pointing at it. "It is definitely a part of who I am, but it will not, and it will not," and I say it maybe 3 or 4 times in a row, "define who I am." Okay?
Right.
It
And
is,
just so
okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
Just so that everyone's aware, armor class, this is a mechanical point, just by the by. Armor class does not designate how thick physical armor is. Armor class designates how effective you are at dodging, parrying, getting out of the way, maneuvering, and how effective someone's weapon swing is against you. So just because he's got high armor class doesn't mean doesn't really mean anything. It just means that he has a better understanding of how to get around in combat and some magical prowess that he has been granted by his feature. That basically means that he can sort of bend his luck and bend magic in such a way that it's a little bit easier to react quicker in combat. So that's just as a mechanical by the by.
I get it. Ty understands that as a player. If you, just in case you were saying that for my benefit, Shard doesn't necessarily understand that.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, I get that.
Yeah, and it's so you know, I would say that Silas would kind of maybe explain that to Shard a bit, and say, and I just look at you and I go, why does it even matter? You weren't here. We needed you. You weren't here, and that is the answer. And he looks a little pissed off. It's probably not to the fact that you weren't there. It's also the fact that he got played. It seems like in his head a little bit. He's just got many things kind of going on with him at once, and so he's like, I need to go down and I need to fuel myself. I need to eat something. Have you seen Shadar this morning? Because I know he said that thing to me, so on and so forth. But was he down there when you guys came in?
Was he?
I don't know. That's for you to answer. He's not here now.
He can be, but he's going to be distracted. I don't know. He's got something else on. I think perhaps after all of the stuff that happened and after being beaten up, he probably went home as Lord Ashtar, maybe, and looked after his wife. Maybe waited for her to come home. I don't know, but
he's got some things and stuff to figure out at home. He absolutely does. Oh, he's got some major issues as far as I'm concerned. But it's but so then I just get up and I walk up to Shard, I look at Emmerich, and I go, fellas, like I said, I need to have a bite to eat, then we can figure out what we would like to do. I'd also like to see if maybe, and I think back to Talana for a second, and I don't say it out loud, and I think in my head, I said, I want to see if she's downstairs. I want to see if she really abandoned me, or if she just went downstairs. So, I head downstairs. I don't see her, apparently, right?
That's right. She's not here.
Yeah, she's not even in the guild hall. Okay. And I go up to the barkeep and order myself some breakfast type foods, consume some food, so on and so forth, and then wait for my compatriots to get there and talk to them about what we should be doing. Talk to them a bit about the. I think I would like to go see that lady first.
Which lady again?
The one that. What is her name? Oops.
Just what she was from, so that I can.
Oh, the one that had to do with the healing hut, and then there was another woman that we had to go see.
Yeah. Hang on. 1 second.
It was an H name, wasn't it?
No, well, I would also maybe suggest going to look at on Hulda, because that's the lady that we healed.
Yeah, Hulda
is she coming along as well?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Hulda is definitely looking better. She's actually able to stay conscious for a while now and actually have a conversation with you. It's kind of like when you're really, really sick and you're in hospital and you can have a conversation and then you need to rest. That's kind of how she is now. So she's no longer having these fits of screaming and pain, which is a significant improvement.
Does she remember being the Does she remember being a Lycan at all?
No. Not right now, anyway. She may down the track, but right now, because of the shock and the recovery, she's not really.
Does she know who did it? Okay, so maybe we can talk to her about that later. Maybe figure out and help her out to figure out who did this to her and take care of that situation as well.
Yeah. Well,
it's.
Don't even know yet whether she knows what you know yet. So.
And then there was another woman that Shadar kind of knew or was looking into, that had to do with, I don't even remember. That was like almost a month and a half ago.
Okay. So you're at Corella's healing house. Corella is the healer that has attended
Right.
to Hulda. And when Shida looked into Hulda's mind, looking for information, the name of Wendell Valerian came up.
Wendell Valerian, that's what it was.
And you would know that she had something to do with something, but you don't know exactly what. You know that she has the shop that is for curing poisons and stuff of all kinds. She distills poisons from all sorts of creatures and makes cures for them, antidotes for them. So you know that she's got a shop for that.
Okay. I'd like to go to Corella and say, where is this said shop?
Well, she would direct you.
Because I think I'd like to go and take a look at the shop, as long as that's what Shard and Emmerich want to do. And then after that, we'll definitely take a look at this graveyard. I think we have to do it at nighttime, gentlemen, because I think if we go there during the day, it's just going to be a graveyard. We can maybe check it on the way.
Shard will follow your lead on this one, since he wasn't around last night.
No, and I get that. Thank you for understanding that. What about you, Emmerich? Are you gonna tag along?
Oh yeah, sure. Might as well.
Wonderful.
So graves at night.
Yeah, well, I think that's gonna have to be the answer, though, Emmerich. We're going to have to be there at nighttime because, like I said, Lana and I. And when he says the name, he kind of takes a second before he talks again, and it's definitely super fresh, so it's hard for him to even kind of say the name for a second there, because like we said, they seem to connect really fast.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's certainly something that he goes, well, and then he's starting to think to himself. He's like, maybe she went to the graveyard. Maybe that's where she is.
It's probably a pretty high possibility. Like as you're sort of coming to your wits, you sort of think, oh well, she didn't really get to do that, and maybe she left early in the morning to sort of make up for the fact that she didn't get to do it.
Yeah, and it's certainly something. I look back at the guys and I go, I've got a suggestion. Let's do this. Let's go to see Wendelin. We'll see what the information we can get from her. Then we'll go by the graveyard during the day. You may be able to meet my new friend Lana, and she might even be able to help us this evening if she's willing to stick around. She seems to be a little bit of a rolling stone.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, she's got a very cool trick, and he gets a little bit of gleam in his eye. And he's like, not just the fact that she's fucking hot, guys. I'm not even going to say that. But the trick is, man, she carries this baseball bat, and she can hit her. She makes fireballs and so on and so forth, and she hits it with a baseball bat, man. It's bizarre. I've never seen anybody do this before.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, so if you can see this trick, it's just a cool trick to see at least once, even. So, I'd like to make my way to Wendelin's shop.
All right, so you make your way to Wendelin's shop, and surprise, surprise, it's all boarded up. You see a sign on the door that says proprietor in mourning, and as in MOUR, mourning, and it's all closed, and probably has been for at least a day or two. There's like no sign of entry in the last little while.
Is there anybody about? Is there anybody near there?
Oh, for sure. Like, this is a metropolis. There's always someone everywhere.
Right. Okay. But is there anybody like hanging out in front of the shop? Maybe somebody that looks like they frequent this area, so on and so forth. Basically, I just want to I want to ask somebody if what the information is here. So if there's somebody that looks like they probably are from this region, of the city, so on and so forth, I'd like to just stop somebody and say, is it a man or a woman? It doesn't really matter to me.
It'll be a man.
Okay.
In this
And
area.
I walk up, and I walk up to the gentleman and I say, sir, I'm looking for Gwendolyn. I can read the sign. I can see that she's closed up the shop, but why?
He says, I know that her family passed away recently. He says, there was only the last of her family anyway. He said, he says, her husband and oldest child, they passed away some time ago, and she was in mourning for them, and then her youngest child, her last child, was the latest to succumb to this foul.
Did they have a disease? Did they have a curse? Did it seem something was against the family?
He says, I know that they were ill. I don't know how, like what it was, but I know it was long lasting, and I know that
Was she ill as well?
not as far as I know. Perhaps she was saved that horror, that her family have all perished, and the last child has only recently passed in this last couple of days, and so she's in mourning. You might find her perhaps at the cemetery, where she would be tending to her child's grave, and this is clearly not a comfortable subject for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I go, I'm sorry, sir. I don't mean to bring up a hard subject. I do have some questions for her on a different matter, probably not as important as what's going on in her life now. Do you think she intends to open a shop again?
Oh, well, it wasn't too long before she did last time. It takes a little bit of time to mourn, perhaps.
Yes, the bereavement
couple
period
of
is
days,
definitely.
maybe, he says, and sort of shakes his head and says, I don't really know. I mean, such a blow to a parent, to a mother, losing her own child.
Yes, I can only imagine. I have no children, but having to bury your own would be soul crushing. And I look down to the ground and I think again. I'm like, I believe I have some business in the graveyard, anyways. So, thank you, sir. You have a good day. And I hope all is well. You seem to know in the family, so on and so forth. I hope your morning goes as easy as it can, sir.
He'll just nod and wander off.
Okay. And I look at the guys and I go, wow, that's crazy. Do you think they may have had the same thing that Hulda had? Well, no, Hulda didn't have it, but your friends did. How are they doing it? How are they doing? Shar.
They're doing fine. They're just about fully recovered, I would say.
And they came back cognitively. They had all their faculties to them.
They seem to be. They're still a little slow as anyone would be after an illness, or if you want to call it that. But they seem to be themselves for the most part. It sounds like everything is pointing to the cemetery.
Yeah, this seems a little odd, especially to you, as you guys weren't a part of last week's session, and like hearing like cemetery after cemetery after cemetery all at once in one day is kind of like a bit of an overload, and you're like, this does not seem right. Something's going on.
Yeah, I'm thinking something is happening at the cemetery. Now, it could be nothing more than maybe a bunch of people lost family members recently to the disease, and
Well,
And maybe
that's
they perform a
true.
ritual, every evening. You never know. It could be that they're just mourning, and and so on and so forth. Why don't we do this? Why don't we make our way towards the cemetery, see what we see, do a little bit of reconnaissance, maybe even look as if we're going to mourn somebody that we know there, so that we don't seem out of place. And then we can go from there. What do you think, Emmerich?
It seems like a alright plan. And Emmerich seems a little shaky right now.
Did you partake too much last night, Emmerich?
That's probably it.
Okay.
Some bad beef, probably. And he'll sort of press on.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, if you have to use the privy on the way, let us know. And he giggles a little bit. And so I say we make our way to the cemetery and see what we see.
All right.
yes.
Let us take you over there. All right. This will be fun. So it takes you a little while. You wander over to the cemetery. Zoop.
Yeah, it's on the outside of the city, certainly. So.
And here we are. Magically.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. So yeah, you are at the entrance, and it's like maybe about a 5-foot high wall all the way around, and it has like not quite crenellations, but higher posts all the way around as well. About every sort of 10 feet or so, there's a big thick post, and you guys can obviously see in. It's daytime. I'll reveal a bit more of the map as we go, and it's just standard fare really. Cemetery, like I said, the walls are stone, and there's many plots here. There's also some mausoleums, some nice trees, and I haven't represented them, but there are a bunch of people in here, different places that are, well, not a bunch, probably 4 or 5 people, different places that are mourning. If you want to see where they are, I can show you, but I didn't think it was that important, as they're just like standing around. And
they're just
concentrated on
NPCs. They're
their
nothing.
thing.
They have anything to do with us.
That's right.
Okay.
However, off to the side, I mean, you've never met Wendelin before. You don't know that that's Wendelin, but you see an elven woman who is in front of them, a small mausoleum, and she is not standing around idly. So she is like moving her hands up into the air, shifting them to the side, sort of making these movements, and they're ritualistic in nature. You can see that her lips are moving. And
She's casting a spell.
well, you don't know that, but
Can I run an Arcana check and see if I feel as if she is?
okay. All right. So you're not sure. You think with that check that maybe she is. That would be your first assumption, actually. Like you would look and you would see her moving her hands, and you've seen people move their hands many times before in a ritualistic nature, and you think, no, my gut tells me that she is.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Are
actually
you,
she's not, but
right,
because you
right.
rolled.
I feel yeah because it was awful. But are you gonna put our tokens on here, or do we not need them right this moment?
Well, you should see them. Can you not see them?
Nope, I don't see your tokens at all.
I see him on the
Uh,
bottom.
Oh, there we go. There. All right. I didn't realize the map down went down further. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. All right. So what? Again, their names aren't there, but that seems to be happen. That seems to happen every week. But the
I'll fix it.
I would like to. Okay. How far did we get into the cemetery last night when we realized that it was?
You didn't even go in the doors, in the gates. You saw it because the wall is only 5 feet high. You can see over it, and the gates are metal, like bars, so you can see through them as well. And you saw the blue glow through them. You didn't even go inside.
Okay.
Okay. Now you just, see.
And Mary said she'll be here in 10 minutes.
All right.
So just so you know.
Well, we'll seed her character into the cemetery then if she's going to be here that early.
Yeah. So she said ETA 10 minutes. So.
Yeah. So you can't go and approach her until she's here because I don't want to roleplay her. Maybe you don't see her initially. But she'll be in the cemetery.
All right. I would like to do this. I would like to. I'm gonna go back to this instead of doing that. I'm gonna move over to. This is a wall, right? Right here.
Yeah. Even lower. So the walls inside the cemetery are more like 3 feet high, and they're less thick. They're not designed to keep things out. They're designed to make sections in
Right.
this.
Right. Fantastic. I would like to look at the guys, and I say, do we want to look about the cemetery? We could use Kyle, and do some pretty good reconnaissance. Did I have an idea of where we saw the ritual happen? Is it near where she is? Was it in this section, or was it, or was it just, we could just see it kind of, all the bright light and so on and so forth that happened together last night?
Yeah, it's definitely in the same area.
Okay. Yeah, so I'd look at, Emmerich and Shard, and I'd say, where you can see where that woman is, performing that ritual, because I'm determined that she's doing a ritual. I could certainly send over, Kala, and she could look and look around, see if there's any remnants
Why don't we just walk up and ask her what she's doing?
Well, she's in the middle of it appears that she's in the middle of a ritual that, I don't know if she'll be able to communicate. I can't when I'm in the middle of a ritual, Shard. And it'd be rude a bit. Why do you think I flipped you off earlier?
Alright, well, you guys are individual characters, so you can do what you want, and don't be afraid to do it over someone else. Obviously, just say, excuse me, I just want to do this, and go ahead.
Okay. Well, Shard will admit, okay, I'm not really sure what we're doing. I mean, you saw some kind of ritual and a blue glowing light last night, and now this woman's here in the same part of the cemetery. Mm-hmm. Apparently she's doing some kind of spell or ritual or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing where we need to be involved, I guess. Is something bad going on that I'm not catching, or?
Shard, where we need to be involved is that we took a job to figure out what's going on here. That's where we need to be involved. I know you like to have all these great things that you bought. It says another 300 gold, my friend.
What? No, no, I get that, but okay. So we're thinking, or at least Silas is thinking, she must be connected to whatever went on last night.
Well, yeah, she's in the same
Yeah.
area, and to Silas's eye, she's casting a spell. So,
And we know she just lost a family member and has lost several in the past.
Wendelane, yes, but we don't know that this is Wendelane yet. You could possibly, maybe establish that, but you've never met Wendelane before. This is a random elf. Her name's there because it is Wendelane. It's just we don't know that yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, Shard.
Yes.
I'm gonna as you said earlier, I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one. If you would like to find out who she is, I will follow you wherever you may go, my friend. And I follow behind and have no problem with that.
I'm not sure that's a real good idea, but okay. Shard's going to move there up the tree and just kind of eyeball her.
And Imric is going to do the same thing, but from the other side of the tree.
Oh, such fear, such fear.
Emmerich is starting to learn.
I like it. I like it. All right, yeah. So you guys are watching her. All right. So
Has she shown any sign of noticing us?
let's find out, shall we? She is a little distracted.
I would like to move over here and roll stealth to see if I can kind of hide behind this wall over here. All right.
Sure thing.
Shard is a little bit away off from her still, but I mean he's obviously standing there like hands on his hips, staring right at her.
Yeah. All right. So, sure, Silas, you believe that you're definitely being stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, you're standing there quite obviously and looking in her direction. You hear some murmurings from the other people that are like at the other sites, and they're looking at you from like over here and going, "What is he doing? What is that man doing? That big man with the what is he?" They obviously haven't seen
Shard turns and looks at them and says, "I'm not a man."
They just sort of like turn to each other, you know, that and that sort of like, oh my god, he caught us looking, and sort of just like they don't really know what to do. They go back to what they were doing, trying to make as if they're minding their own business. And with all of this commotion, you think that perhaps that she's definitely gotten the idea that you're there. You'll see her head move very, very slightly, inclining in your direction. Sort of, you imagine that she's like looking out of the corner of her eye just to see what's going on, and then she sort of turns her attention back to what she's doing. So basically, her hands rise up into the air and sort of make a little bit of a circle. She joins them together. She sort of bows.
He's going to move forward slowly.
All right.
Excuse me.
So she'll sort of be in the middle of a kneel as you call out to her. She'll finish her kneel, and she'll put her her fingers to her forehead and sort of move it towards the mausoleum, and then she'll stand and she'll turn to you, and she'll say, "Are you talking to me?"
Why, yes, I am. What's your name?
Her eyes will like shift from side to side, and she'll be like, "My name? Well, I'm Wendelane. What's your name?"
Oh, you run the shop.
Um,
My name is Shard.
Shard. Okay. Hi, Shard.
Hi. Lane, I don't know what you're doing here exactly, if this is how you express your grief or if it's some kind of ritual or what it is, but you're kind of freaking some people out here.
She says, freaking people out, like, I'm, and she saw, like, you'll see tears in her eyes, and she'll say, it's just, my son died, she says, and will sort of point towards the mausoleum. And
What happened to them?
she sort of says, she wipes the tear from her eye, and she says, she succumbed to a disease just like the rest of my family. He could not be cured. She could not save him.
Who's she?
You see a look of rage coming on her face. I will not speak her name. My family, my own children dead. It's her fault.
Well, what does she do for a living then?
Oh,
Can't
she
say her
said-
name.
She
I
says
moved
that
Kyle
she's
way
a
over here so I
healer.
can hear perfectly.
Yeah, she says that she's a healer. Did nothing for me or my family. Anyway.
Well,
You should
nobody's
look back.
perfect.
Something that you notice, Shard, and anyone that's paying close attention, she has a ring on one of her fingers, very prominent, silver, and you can see that it's etched with something. A ring is too small to really get a good look at from a distance. You can see that it's definitely etched with something. And it's definitely something that stands out about her, because it's the only ring on her whole two hands. It's just a single ring. Yeah, so she sort of turns back to what she's doing. She says, "If you'll excuse me, sir."
What kind of shop do you run?
You can see that asking another question of her sort of shifts her disposition a little bit, and she sort of turns back and she says, "I cure poisons of all descriptions, spiders, and snakes, and..."
So have you absolutely cured and saved everyone you've ever tried to help?
She says, "Well, no. I do my best."
So did those people get angry at you and blame it on you?
Hearing this, she doesn't make the connection. Like, you can see that, and she'll say, "Well, of course not." She doesn't even know that you're talking about
Her situation.
Yeah.
So, but in other words, you're a type of healer.
She says, "I suppose you could say that."
But you've not been able to save everyone.
"Well, I'm no god," she says.
But another healer in town who's not allowed to save everyone, it's their fault.
So let's see.
By the way, what do you know about werewolves?
I see what you did there. I would like to through Kalabawe, run perception on her to see maybe if I can identify that ring, or is that more of an investigation?
Yeah, perception's not going to do it.
Yeah, because that's what she's really good at. So, now she doesn't know I'm here, does she? Does she
That's
see me?
true.
And I don't want to kind of pop out and scare the crap out of her. So, might be weird enough that there's an owl sitting on the top of the mausoleum now. I don't.
Well, what you think about it for a moment. Emmerich, you said you're also watching her. So, what are you doing in the situation? You've seen Shard, heard him talking with her, and you've seen her reactions.
Emmerich is sort of hugging the tree, and can he hear them from this distance?
Yeah.
All right, and he's sort of like shaking his head at Shard's questions, like, "Oh, you shouldn't ask her that. Oh, you shouldn't ask her that." And it's like that for everything. And then I imagine it's just like one like little noise, and he just jumps like a good 3 feet. And now that his hiding place behind the tree, he's gonna sort of go up to Shard, and he's like, "Well, excuse my friend here, madam. He's a what exactly were you doing before with the movements?"
Oh, so you're coming out and asking
Yeah.
Gwendolyn that. All right. So, by this stage, after first one person and then another is asking her questions, you can see a look of resignation on her face. And she sort of says, "I guess I'm not going to get I guess I'm not going to be able to complete my morning with all of these distractions." She raises her voice as she says distractions and looks directly at you both. She says, "This is merely a family ritual," she says. And she's like spitting the words out. And she says, "Why can you not understand?"
Presumably because we're not family, and Emmerich's gonna sort of back up like a good 4 or 5 feet.
And I'm not human. I
Yeah,
don't have any family.
She's
Or
in a lot of
elder.
grief, so yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what then. Go ahead with your ritual, and we'll sit over here quietly and wait until you're finished, and then we'll ask you questions. And
Wow.
because he doesn't know any better, really, Shard will go over to his tombstone and sit down on it.
Which one?
Not one of her fam.
That's what I thought you meant.
That one right there.
Yeah.
All right. So you do that, and can you roll a persuasion check for me? This surprises her as well, so.
Okay, well, if I can ever get... Come on. Okay, now it picks a time to lag.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Okay, well, apparently I can't.
All right. Do you have
Come
your
on.
tokens?
Hold on. Come on. What was it? Persuasion?
Yes, please. I just want to see if her disposition changes. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. So, yeah, as you say, we'll just sit down and let you about your business. And then I'll ask questions about you later. She has this look of stark relief. She's really like, "Oh, wow, yeah, she totally did not expect you to say that." She was like expecting the tirade of questions to continue. And just let this dog out 1 second. Come on. Come on. Okay. Yeah, so she will look relieved, and she'll say, "Oh, well, thank you, sir." And we'll look over at Emmerich and say, "Seems you had questions too. Are you also going to follow this man's example and wait for me to finish my morning?"
Oh yes, ma'am. I was just curious, and Emmerich would sort of tell Shard to not sit on that and just stand around.
All right. All right.
Okay.
So,
So at that point, I'm gonna stay stealth, right where I am. But I'm gonna have Kava, oops, fly over to here and sit right on top of this building right here. And what do I see? I'm gonna link to her, so on and so forth. And what do I see?
okay. One moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So.
I know what I see, but I'm.
Oh no, you don't.
Oh, I don't know what I see. All right, all right.
All right. So Lana, you left very early this morning. All right. You said here. I no.
All right, yeah, it's all good. I knew I wanted to move here, and I didn't want to, but then I was like, damn it, I should have moved there.
You left very early this morning from the guild, and knowing that you didn't get to see your mother yesterday, because when you came here last night, there was that strange eerie glow, and you decided to let it be. You came to visit her for an extra long time today to try to make up for the fact that you didn't get here. And you are. Can you see where you are? Yeah. So you're up there. That's where your mother's grave is, up in that corner. So do you want to explain maybe what you do when you come here? If there's some sort of if there's words that you say all the time, or if there's some sort of ritual that you take, or if perhaps I don't know, if it's just random and you just talk to her, like.
For Lana, I honestly think her coming to her mother's grave is she's more just kind of sit, and she's not really talking out loud or anything. She would have picked flowers along the way, like whether she saw them in a flower bed or just kind of idly sitting somewhere, just kind of grab a few. So she has like this random bouquet of flowers that she just kind of picked throughout the city as she walked up to the grave, and would have some of those flowers there in front of her. It's just kind of sitting and spending extra long just because, yeah, she had missed out the day before. And but I think after some time she'd probably start getting ready to move on, but she's not going to be vocalizing anything.
All right. So, would you wear anything different to the cemetery normally?
A coat. She'd have a coat on, just because she
All
did
right.
leave early enough. That's like, it's
Yeah,
chill.
it might have been a bit chilly. Yeah. Okay. All right. Just gonna roll something real quick here.
Now, do I see this through collar?
In a moment, yes.
Okay.
She'd look pretty solemn, like she's definitely deep in thought.
Okay. Do either of those hit Calva Arway?
You mean as far as an armor class?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Lana, can you make a perception check for me, please?
Sure thing. On me.
As you're sort of standing up from
Skills.
your
Perception.
Yeah. Okay. So as you're standing up, you you look down and you're happy because you're able to see your mom again, and you feel good about it. And then you look around, and you see the fluttering of white wings landing on the mausoleum roof, and you recognize them immediately as your new friend's pet. And one of the gargoyle statues that is at the top of the mausoleum will sort of shift, and its claws will pop out, and the stone will move, and you will just see this swipe of stony claws, and immediately the bird will
Demystify.
disappear, right? It just disappears.
Yeah,
And
it will just demystify and then it will be gone.
and sorry, Corey, it's just where you placed it.
Oh no, it's all good. I'm not angry. It is.
And you can see that that there's actually a creature there, right where he put it. Right where he put it. Believe it or not, I did not move that. I did not move that.
No, it's all good. I picked the wrong place. It's okay.
So yeah, this gargoyle that is, there's plenty of figures, stone figures that stand on top of mausoleums and guard grave sites and things like that. There's actually a statue near your mother's grave of someone else that had a little bit more money than you did. So very very sudden and very odd. So how are you reacting to this?
Just gonna throw bloody firebolts, but basically, like, she sees the wings, and her first reaction is just kind of like this smart, like, I know who you belong to. And as she's getting ready to, like, hold out her arm, like, come to me, like, yes, we're buddies, right? You know me. And as she's getting ready to hold her arm out to, like, call to it, she sees this attack happen, it disappears. She's just like great face, like, oh no, you didn't, you just killed my friend's buddy. And so she casts a fireball and just knocks it with her bat at the creature, hopefully hitting it. Let's see.
Now,
We'll see.
did I see Lana before? I mean, like,
right. So Calva you would see through her eyes.
Right, I would have seen for a second.
She lands on the side of the mausoleum. You see Lana. You see her raise up her hand as if to, like, say, come to me, and she's smiling, and you'll feel the exhilaration of the bird about to take off, and then it'll just go dim.
No, it's go dim. Okay. Oh my.
And then this crack of a firebolt that misses wide with a...
Hang on, we will see. We will see.
I rolled a 9.
Yeah. So yeah, the firebolt will fly on course, and will like land on the creature, but it's stone. And it
well, like, the next thing she's gonna follow up with it too is just like, shame on
like,
you. I knew that, owl. And like, then she's like literally going to leave it be unless it comes at her.
Yeah. So effectively, it didn't beat its armor class, but you did see it impact. Just didn't do anything.
Fireball just went off in the cemetery.
Yes. Let's see.
Little baseball-sized burst of fire.
Yeah. Let's see how many people actually saw that.
Right over here, buddy. Fireworks.
Okay. Like 2 out of the 5 or so commoners saw that. and you hear some cries of surprise and shock, and you look over to where they're pointing, and look, there's like a mausoleum in the way. You can't properly see what's going on behind there, unfortunately. And the
but
way
what
that
you do see is you see Silas start running towards this direction. And he's running, and he's running, and he's going to run to right about here. I don't know what this little thing is, but can I get between that and the building?
it's like a fountain.
Okay. Is there space in between the fountain and the building there for me to stand?
You'd have to like stand on the lip of the fountain.
Okay.
You can. It's just like
The mausoleum is quite tall.
yeah, and the roof is actually it's actually like a diagonal roof, so it's sort of like this, and so you can actually see over it. If from
this thing is on the roof because Kalavawe is not here. I mean, whatever. We'll put him over here.
Yes, and as you get to the fountain there, another thing happens. So I'm not cheating, by the way. Yeah, so.
No.
So this appears, starts moving, and will fly down from its perch and land next to you.
No, it's all good.
This is why I love the powers of a DM, because you're like, well, they were hidden, and no one was checking for them. So yeah, it lands beside you. Again on the lip of the fountain, and takes a swipe. And you wouldn't see it until it sort of gets close to you. So I'm going to roll with advantage.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's 15. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this again, and now you realize upon seeing this that these gargoyles are not what they seem to be. Or they are gargoyles. They're not what.
Oh wait. That would have hit me. Actually.
That would have hit you.
Yeah, because I didn't cast my mage armor or my blade song.
That is true. All right. So
yeah, my armor class is a 12 right now.
Okay. Sure.
And I mean I want to be honest. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, that's cool.
Half damage for honesty. Half damage for honesty.
Yeah, you know.
All right. So it's actually going to be multi-attack as well. That one won't. So the first one will hit you for plus. There we go. 5 points of piercing damage as it bites into you. So it lands on the thing, it bites you with a stony grasp, and tries to slash its claws at you, and you nimbly dodge out of the way, as now you can actually see it and respond to it. And the others can definitely see that. As they're sort of paying attention now as you ran in. So, being that Linus had an attack, Silas has had an attack, what are you guys doing? And then we'll roll for initiative.
Alright, so I do get a surprise round here?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to give Emmerich and Shard a chance to act, and then we'll roll initiative for the whole encounter.
Okay. Cool.
Just because we're sort of like in narrative and...
Shard is going to draw one of his long swords, two-handed, and he won't be able to move far, but he'll move here.
Okay. Very good. And Emmerich?
Emmerich is going to look back at the woman he was just talking to and say, "Stay here. We'll handle this." in like the most nervous voice, and he's gonna move forward. Let's see how far he can go. Alright, that works. And he's going to be casting Ray of Frost once he gets up there to the gargoyle across him.
Alright. So, is that like a saving?
Oh, no, I had to find it.
Oh, nice. All right, yeah. So, yeah, you. And what does this look like? Is just like a beam of ice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Just
yeah.
one solid like baby blue ice beam over there.
Cool. We'll definitely land, and you'll see part of the stone like crumble away where you hit at it, and it'll take 2 damage.
Alright.
Cool. So, alright. And so that's everyone. So I'll get everyone to roll initiative for me. Okay. Lana,
Yes.
you are nimble enough and quick enough in your reflexes to be the first one to act.
Woo! Alright, yeah, so she throws that, makes her statement of like, hey, that was my friend. And then just kind of figures like, she'll just carry on her way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because then it's like, oh, would you look at that? I know those people.
Yes, you do.
And yeah, she'll see the other one there and just be like, oh, fudge. And take like 1 step closer because that's as far as she can go. And she'll proceed to beat it with the bat later.
All right. Shard.
Freestyle.
Hush you.
Okay, Shard. That's as far as he can move right now. But he's waving his sword two-handed above his head, and he's screaming his head off, trying to get the gargoyle's attention on him.
5, 10, 15. So you can only move 20 feet right now?
He's encumbered at the moment.
Oh.
By like 2 pounds.
I'll let you move another square. That's fine.
Okay. Well, still screaming my head off, and
so yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Come on. And I'll swing away.
Oh. Describe how that looks like. That is awesome. Silvered as well. Oh my god.
Yeah, it is silvered for whatever. I don't know if that affects gargoyles anymore or not.
Let's see.
Basically going for a head lopping. I did enough damage to kill it in one blow, but probably took a good chunk of stone out of its neck.
All right, yeah. So you see the silver impact on it. And okay, yeah. So the silver doesn't actually have a better effect for these creatures. And you do notice that the force of your blow is lessened by the gargoyle's stony skin. So normally it would be 20 damage, so he's going to take 10.
Okay.
Resistance, yay!
Yay, resistance! We love resistance. All right. Okay. And anything else you wish to do, Sharn?
No, that's it for right now.
Okay. Silas.
Alright, Sai is going to do his two favorite tricks and now cast Mage Armor and also Blade Song, because one's a bonus action and one's an action. So now he's an 18. He gets all the cool stuff that he gets from Blade Song. And unfortunately, that's all he can do this turn.
All right. And does the Mage Armor have a visual effect on you?
Yes, it does. As I said last time, it is certainly something that's slightly variable, and it seems to be colorsome to his mood. And he's quite angry at the fact that these things killed his friend, but also rather excited because he sees Lana. So instead of red, it's going to be kind of a pink color. It's so there's like this pink aura all around him, so on and so forth, and the eyes on the tattoo have glowing blue. And
okay. Nice.
So
the gargoyle that Lana attempted to hit with her fireball will follow her and will strike out first with its teeth. Its stony teeth and then its stony claw. So teeth, claw, missing both attacks. The other one that Shard just hit would retaliate against Shard himself, and he would roll 6 and 1. Wow. So yeah, again tries to bite and then slash you with its claws.
Why are you Are you?
Oh, that's a D20. Sorry. This does this sometimes. Anyway, both of them miss anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a D20 and a D6, and then a D20 and then a D6.
Oh, did I roll a D6 against you?
Yeah, it's a D6
program sometimes. Does a 23 hit you, Lana?
Totally.
Alright.
I feel it! Curse you.
My apologies. You take max damage, which is 8.
Oh, I lucked out.
Thank you for being honest.
You're welcome.
And catching that. Yeah. So that's their turns. Emmerich. You're muted, by the way.
Dan, ready?
Alright, sorry, struggling with the mouse to unmute myself.
That's fine.
Anyway, so Emmerich, seeing everyone swarm on this one gargoyle, is gonna get his nerve up a bit, and 1, 2, 3. How tall is this wall? Right there?
3 feet.
3 feet? Alright, then he might actually just go around and then fire up another ray of frost.
Alright.
So, spellbook. All the way down.
Oh, wow. Nice. Okay.
Alright.
That's
very
excellent.
nice.
Alright, so we love when spells crit. That's great.
And then he's going to sort of duck behind the wall.
So that's 13. Yeah, so you see this bolt of frigid blue coal just stream out from Emmerich's fingers, I'm guessing, and slam into the creature. Its hard stone skin will just be covered with ice, and it'll eat away at the stone, and then will sort of shatter and fall to the ground. And he's definitely injured. by this cold damage. So that's awesome. Well done.
All right.
Lana.
Lana's going to turn around at the gargoyle that just attacked her and just look like, what? Like, why would you attack me? I only threw a little bit of fire, you stony creature. It's fine, I don't hurt you. But she is then going to take her bat and just try and crack it over it.
Alright.
That's gonna work so well, obviously.
Oh yeah, definitely will.
Yeah, see, 21 with 2 bludgeoning, I'm sure he doesn't have any damage reduction.
Alright, so yeah, you crack your club against it, and you feel the reverberations in your body, clang like one of those animated films, you know.
She just,
You do hurt
alone,
it, but
she'll
only
say.
for 1 damage.
That's hilarious.
You already had your prey. Now leave me alone.
You probably realize at this point that fire would be more effective. Shard, you're up.
This, okay. Shard's going to throw aside his sword and mutter to himself, I don't know why I carry the damn things. They never seem to work against anything I fight. And then, I don't know if you want to do this as a grappler or what. Basically, he's going to lunge forward and try to tackle the gargoyle into the fountain.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a grapple check. Let's see. Grapple. So I get a plus. Oh, wow.
Because about awfully home and girly. And I'm not muted.
It beat me.
Yeah, you wrestle with the thing, but it's Sharn, and seems to be a lot heavier than what you were maybe expecting, and you're not able to move it around. Sort of planted fairly firmly, and sort of is just as strong as you. If in this time anyway, you would tell that it's probably not normally quite this strong, but perhaps it was just quick in its reactions to exert a little bit of extra strength this time. It was just an unfortunate turn of events. So unfortunately that did not work. However, you do notice that because you're wrestling with it, that it is a little bit uneasy on its feet.
Okay.
So, Silas. You are muted.
Damn it! Being very frustrated by all this and knowing that the last couple of things that tried to use physical force against these didn't work out so well for them, you're going to see ice start to form along his hands, and it almost looks like a snowball starts to come out, and he's going to use ice missiles, magic missile, and I'm going to cast a Wraith of Warren in front of me, and I'm going to shoot all 3 of them at it. Get that done. Pum. I don't even see because I hit the wrong side.
That's a nice amount of damage.
That is a nice amount of damage.
13.
13,
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one by one, these small globules of flying ice smash into the creature, and you can see that it's definitely affected by this quite severely. You can see that it's like ready to like topple onto the ground, and just before it does, it manages to catch its grip on the lip of the fountain again. You don't think it's going to take much more for this to either be destroyed or tackled. It's going to have disadvantage on grapple checks for next round, but it's going to do its attacks normally. So it's its go. There you go. So I'm going to do a bite and a claw attack versus Silas this time because that was brutal.
Miss. Oh, that's a 6.
Doing that. I hate that. Yep, still a miss. Okay, and 2 attacks versus Lana.
Ugh.
Make sure I do the right one here. That's 22 and an 11, which will miss. So the 22. It's 5 points of damage, Lana. As it that was its first attack, so it bites into your hand that was holding the club, but you managed to hold on to it. It's all good.
He can hang on to her hand, because then she's going to be like, pop! Firebolt in its mouth.
That's great.
So, anyway, we'll let Emmerich take his turn, though, because clearly he'll be able to do a whole lot more than Lana.
Emmerich, you're up. That was awesome. And you're muted again.
I'm gonna kill my mouse. Anyway, Emmerich, seeing that his friends probably have the more weakened one on hand, he's gonna reach down, and a little bit of his shadow is gonna disappear, specifically his hand, and it's gonna come behind the other gargoyle, and he's gonna be casting Chill Touch with it.
Nice. Okay, a skeleton hand appears behind the creature trying to grasp at it, and it sort of just flaps its wings once, rises about 2 feet into the air, and then descends back onto the ground again, and you miss.
Oh.
That sucks.
Anything else you wish to do?
Other than duck behind his wall again, nah.
I love that. Like, okay, guys, take a hint from Emmerich, who is hiding behind a wall and casting things from a distance. All right, so
yes.
Lana.
But I'm based, so there's nothing I can do. Oh, 22 attack. That's certainly much better.
Gonna have a disadvantage on its reflex save because obviously her hand is still in his mouth. I will milk this as much as I can. Okay, yes, there's a kitty cat.
I don't think there's a save for Fireball.
It says there's a save of. I should go look at my notes.
I'm pretty sure there's not a save for Fireball. I'm pretty sure
I
it's
am
a direct,
perfectly happy with him
direct
taking over.
versus
Range attack,
2
and then...
points of fire damage.
Is that a D10 that you rolled it? Yeah. That's just an awful damage roll, unfortunately.
I rolled so good.
Yep, so it takes 2 fire damage.
Yep. And
You can
she
see
will...
that it has full effect, but it just wasn't particularly high-powered spell. You're feeling maybe a little weak after being hit a couple of times.
Oh, yeah. She's going to disengage, like, big time. Like, I'm
Alright,
going
where are
to
you
move
disengaging?
as far as... ding-a-ding-a-ding.
You could even jump
Get
over
off
to
the
the other
wall!
side of the wall. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. You've seen
She's
Emmerich
going down.
flinging spells from there, and you're like, oh, that's probably a good plan. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that plan.
Even if she does see them, she's like, whoa, hide behind! Silas got my back. Yeah, totally. Because, yeah, I saw him the other day, and whoever that other guy's fighting with him, and I'm just gonna hide out here. Oh, there's another person.
Well, you can see that these people have a bit of a repertoire with each other. They fight well together. So you would believe that these are the other people, and you would have seen them at the guild perhaps very briefly.
Oh yeah. She just like she's like kind of there trying to keep quiet and.
All right. So Shard, you're up.
Shard's going to scream his anger at not being able to tackle this thing, and he's just going to punch it.
Nice. Oh yeah,
Nice.
you definitely hit it. All right. So yeah, you slam into it. And it falls backwards into the water, but it's still not dead.
Oh my good God!
It's off its feet.
So now it has disadvantage.
Yes, it does. It's prone in the water.
Okay. All right. I'm going to draw both of my. Yeah, I'm gonna take out my hand crossbow. I'm gonna take my first shot here at the one that's in the water and just blatantly, take a shot at it right there on the ground. We'll see what happens there, and then I'll probably take another shot at this dude over here if I kill the other one. Let me do that. Give me just 1 second.
So, can you do that without disadvantage?
What do you mean?
Well, usually using a ranged weapon in melee.
Because I have crossbow expert.
Okay.
So it's yeah. So let's do that. So we're gonna shoot there. So 16
That'll hit.
plus that'll hit 6 damage. That's 3 damage probably because of.
Yep. So yeah.
Does that end this one?
No.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna shoot
you
it.
can see that the crossbow bolt has pierced into its stony body. So
Okay. I'm
definitely
gonna
enough
shoot
last
it.
legs.
I'm gonna shoot it again.
Okay. Oh. Plink.
Yeah. And it kind of bounces off.
Snake
of it and
eyes.
maybe. Yeah, snake eyes, lovely.
Actually, it's like 3 lots because you rolled 1 on
Yeah,
damage as well.
Oh my god.
Alright,
That's insane.
So it's like it's gonna spend its turn just like trying to rip this crossbow bolt out of its burning body and succeeds. But you can see that it's not gonna live for much longer. The other one will just come to here and try and attack you.
Sure.
Your case.
Yep. Nope.
Alright, so 1 hit, which is for 6 damage, and that's a 5.
Okay.
Alright, Emmerich. 1 is lying flat on its back in the water of the fountain. Just
Apparently.
about, Lana. Just about.
Yeah. Pretty much. I was actually going to bring that up, and I was like just too pissed off.
The other one seems mostly unhurt.
Emmerich is gonna peek out his head and once again cast Ray of Frost, but at the this one.
Alright.
Yeah.
All right.
Unfortunately, this time, though your cold beam will impact on its stony body, you can see straight away that it's not going to have an effect.
Emmerich is sort of cursing under his breath as he ducks back under.
Yeah, it does have a stony carapace. It does take a little bit to pierce. So, Lana, you're up.
pops up, and boom! Going to take aim at the new person who looks totally more vulnerable. Goodness gracious. There it is.
Ugh.
Well, she clearly popped up when wasn't really thinking where she was looking, or she got a little confused in her direction. Anyways, darn, pops back down.
Okay.
Just kind of
Shard,
a little bit under. her
Shard,
breath.
you can totally ruin this thing's day. Finally
Okay.
do it.
This thing's on its back in the water.
Yes.
Shark
get
basically
advantage.
wants to climb on top of it, reach down and grab its skull and smash it into the rock beneath it.
You can just do that. You succeed at doing that.
Okay.
Because that's awesome. And you smash its head in, and it's dead. Finally, you have defeated this thing, smashing its head into the fountain because that looks awesome. Great. Anything else you wish to do, Shard?
You know what? Actually, yes. I'm going to action surge,
Nice.
and I'm going to jump up and try to tackle that guy down.
Beautiful.
I'll pull him into the fountain if I can.
Yeah, that fountain's doing great, guns. So.
Yeah, it's doing work.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. 19 is good.
Oh yeah, you succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you smash one's head in, and you're like just inspired by your own act, and you reach over the other one and pull it towards you and into the water as well.
Okay.
Cool, like it. So yeah, you definitely have it grappled. Silas.
All right. So, you know what I didn't do? I didn't use sneak attack damage last time, but that's all right.
You can do it this time.
Yes, I can. So let's do this. I'm gonna use my last slot, and I'm gonna shoot magic missile at that dude. Let's just do that. Seems to be the most effective. Because we're not gonna use ice knife. I'm gonna tell you that straight off. We know how well that works out when I'm right next to something. So yeah, let's do that. I just gotta get to where it is. Here it is. Bam. That's not bad. 3.
That's pretty good.
6,
10.
10.
So you're 10. All right. So yeah, one by one, the cold missiles slam into this thing. You see that this one doesn't seem to be quite as resilient as the last. Perhaps it's a little older and a little more weathered by things, but it's still up and it still looks angry. It's going to try its best to attack back at Shard, who has it grappled.
Which is at
And
disadvantage.
yes, which is going to be almost impossible with disadvantage, but we will roll it anyway. So I have. Hang on. Disadvantage is an 8.
Yeah.
And then disadvantage is a 7. So
Thank God for disadvantage.
yeah,
Yeah,
you see its teeth and its fist like very close to plowing into you, and you readjust your grip and show your submission, show your domination by like flipping it over and like putting its head into the water. It's not going to drown, but you're showing your dominance, and it does not succeed to hit you. Emmerich, very clearly Shard has this thing in his grasp, but it's got a lot of life left if it's anything like the last one. So.
And you had advantage on rolls, so it's nice.
Yes, you do. So
So Emmerich takes a deep breath, and he runs out from where he's hiding, and he's going to go charge at this thing and stab it at it with its pike. Or his pike, rather.
Nice.
And,
Cool. Da-da-da-da. Yes, you hit. And
right. And he hits from a distance, too.
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
All right. And it's not a magical pike, is it?
It is not.
Okay. So you definitely pierce into it, but you do believe that you haven't done quite as much damage as what you first thought, and you sort of think, oh yes, this thing is made of stone.
All right.
And Lana, you're up.
So, so she pops up, and this time kind of like, before just throwing a fireball around, just kind of pops up, looks, is like, oh, okay, and sidesteps just a little bit so she can throw a nice little fireball. And
Another one.
All right. Yeah.
she saw a bird go overhead, and clearly, that was, it spooked. Just like, ah! Oh! And
Yeah.
just...
And yeah, the bird falls and
she just goes like...
splats on the ground and go, whoops. All right, Shard.
Oh, lordy.
While I'm throwing this thing around in the water, I'm going to, let's see where it's at here. Throw another punch at it. Do I have...
You have advantage, yeah. So that's 4 bludgeoning damage.
I have to. So.
All right, very good. Yeah, so you punch it again, plowing its head further and further into the stone of the fountain. And Silas, you're up.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna look down into the water. I mean, it's being held by Shard, but I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on it, and it moves into the same space. I yelled to Shard to kind of turn over so I can grab at it so it doesn't grab Shard, and yeah, it's we're gonna go with that.
Okay.
So should I roll again, seeing I do have advantage on it?
Just in case you crit.
Okay. Oh wait, did I cast it 3 times? Yeah. So the second one is.
So either way.
Yeah, the third one. Yeah, I missed, right?
Yeah, you miss.
Yeah, and of course the third one was really nice.
The third one was nice, but unfortunately you don't have 2 lots of advantage.
Nope, no, I don't. Oh well.
It's struggling.
Yeah, it's fine.
Third one is inspiration. I don't believe I have given out inspiration, but
nope, unfortunately not.
It's struggling against Shard. Doesn't really like being pinned, but it's just going to continue to try to attack, as it believes that that's the most likely way it's going to get out, because you are quite strong, and it has disadvantage still. So that's a 12 and
probably that 9. Yeah.
So both miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit doomed. So Emmerich, you've had 2 rounds of it not doing anything.
Chill touch.
All right. So Emmerich is going to pull his pike back and raise one hand, and he's going to be Ray of Frost once more. with advantage, so you want me to roll it twice, right?
Yes, please, just in case you crit.
No, there's
That's
a
a
crit.
All right. Okay. Well, being that you've done enough damage to it to make it bloodied, and being that it's quite securely in Shard's hands, I'm going to, in initiative order, allow you to narrate with success. Don't have to roll. What your final actions in the combat are going to be. So starting with Lana, how are you going to help finish this thing off?
Well, she's gonna light it on fire somehow. But yeah, she's just like frustrated with her. Just my fireball's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's just hops over the fence, feeling a little more courageous because clearly the other guys have it all under control, and gets fairly up close and just bam, right in its head.
Yeah, and everyone sees the fire coming out of her hand and burning quite severely into the creature. Shard, how are you contributing to this effort?
Shard's basically going to do a Hulk move and lift this thing up by one leg and smash it on the ground.
Nice.
Love it.
As
Love
it
it.
gets
Love it.
smashed on the ground, Silas.
I'm gonna use as it's up in the air, I grab it with my chill touch, and I just, you can see a little bit of its not soul come out of it as the necromancy comes out of it, and in the chill touch hand, it just has a glowing bit of black energy in its hand, and then demystifies.
And Emmerich finally seeing this thing plummeting through the air under the force of Shard with this skeletal hand clinging to it and suffocating the life out of it. How do you finish the thing off finally?
I imagine it lands, and Emmerich is going to be using one hand to cast Ray of Frost, and using the other, he's going to take his pike and knock its head off its shoulders.
Awesome.
Shattering it completely. So yeah, you encrust it with ice, and then your pike catapults into it and just shatters it, and all of the rock or stone just falls to the ground lifeless, and you guys are victorious.
Huge.
All right, yeah. So you guys have defeated the gargoyles, and clearly from this, you guys can definitely know that something is up. Usually, as you have been briefed by the mission, this cemetery is under the protection of a mystical, magical being, and somehow this is no longer the case, as its power would definitely not allow things of this nature to come to life. So you are sure that something has either happened to it, or something else is going on. You're not sure, but certainly the protector of the graveyard does not have its normal power. That's something that is sure. All right.
All right. So the first thing I would like to do is I would like to move about the building and use I don't know, perception or whatever you want to see if I think there's any more of these things around.
All right, no more are coming to life. There's other statues and gargoyles and angels and things all through the graveyard, but nothing is moving, and you think that you are safe for the time being. And yes, we can take.
I second that.
Yeah.
Big time.
Take a break, and whoever needs to, and we'll resume when everyone's back.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be back in just a moment.
Lana's gonna go check all the statues, just kind of like nosing around, pushing, prodding, poking, like, are you alive? Are you alive? What are you?
All right.
Are you alive?
No
She's just kind of
worries.
wandering around. Just like, that was weird. Thanks. You guys did good.
Yeah. All right, give me 2 seconds, and I'll be right back. Alrighty. Dog can't make up his mind if he wants to be out or in. Well, successful battle. Yay.
And what's more, my character sucks. I've had like a string of characters that like in battle it's like just awful rolls, and it's just like, come on, can't I just start rolling nicely in battles? I want to be helpful. Do.
Alright.
She takes a stroll
Yeah.
around the graveyard, seeing other angels and statue things, and just kind of taking her bat and like pushing them on the shoulder piece or
Sure.
head.
Well, something that you would notice because you're going around and poking and prodding and making sure, and then you come back kind of to this area after sort of satisfying yourself that there's nothing else there. I'm gonna actually have you around here, and as you sort of like probably double checking on your mum's grave, making sure that everything is all good. You look at this door here, and you realize that it's ajar.
There's a guard?
It is ajar.
Jar.
It is,
Okay.
yeah, it is open. Well, not fully open, but it is open ajar.
Sure. Peek in, or maybe see if there's a lid or something. Just like, I wonder what's in the jar. Tap it. Like, does it make a hollow sound?
Are you making fun of me?
No.
Nah,
The door is open ajar. There's not a jar there. It is a jar.
It's ajarred. I know the guy's got an accent, but don't make fun of him. That's not very nice, Mary.
Oh my gosh.
It is only slightly open.
Yes. She'll
It is
peek
not
in.
fully closed. Sorry, okay, shut up now.
Oh my
That's
God.
awesome. I'm a huge fan. It's awesome, awesome. Doom Kitty!
Yep, that's Odin. Okay. Yeah, she'll peek in.
All
Just
right.
kind of like,
Do you have dark vision?
no, absolutely not.
All right, you can see about 5 feet in.
Okay.
It's dead dark in there.
Does she hear anything? Like if she puts her ear more towards the.
Ooh, can you hear anything? Yes. Actually, roll me a perception check.
Sure. Anna May, there you are. Oh, crackers.
Yeah. Okay.
That's 11.
Yes. So you do hear something. It is very, very, very faint.
Okay.
And what you hear is something like this.
Just kind of hold her head back and it's just like, I ain't gonna go look at that by myself. She'll kind of wander back over to the other guys and be like, I think the local teenagers are having their own little ritual thing.
And, Silas would look at her and go, they probably wandered off like some other people I know.
That's awesome.
Shots fired a
She's
little, yeah.
just kind of like,
And it's okay. And then but he does wink at you a little bit, and he goes, "Now, can we see what's her face over here still, or no?
She would have run for it probably.
She would have run for it. Okay, so she's
yeah.
gone, and that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna have her over here so that she's not there anymore. She'll probably be back though at some point, you think. But for now, all of the
Is there
and
anybody in the graveyard?
No, like everyone's noticed that there was a fight, and they've probably gone to get guards and things, because they, but you guys are adventurous, so
What's on this side of the of it here?
hang on, I have to zoom out. Which side?
On this side over here. So if I come over here,
that's inside. So you want to look at what that building from the outside, yeah?
yeah. I mean, is this the back of the building over here?
That's the back of the building, yeah. So what the shadow that you see is actually inside.
That's inside. Okay. Fantastic. So I mean, I didn't do the walk around the building like Lana did. But I would definitely do a walk around. I'm assuming Lana told us that there was some type of chanting or something like that going inside, and it's very dark.
Well, yeah, like if you guys kind of passed that, because basically what she says, like, sounds like the local teenagers have gotten together and just kind of pointing towards the mausoleum thing.
Right.
Too dark to see anything, but I could hear something.
Sharn's gonna retrieve his sword and basically walk over here and try the front door.
It's open.
Yeah, so it's open just a little bit, and you're able to open it the rest of the way. It's squeaky.
There's 2 doors there, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a double door.
He'll open both of them.
Yeah, so yeah, you'll open it up, and you'll let a little bit of light in, so you'll be able to see what's there. There is obviously a coffin that is there. It's stone, and you can also, if just pass a quick perception check as well for me.
And I'm gonna let him have his perception, but I'm gonna look at him and say, if you want me to be fully effective here, we should probably take at least a little bit of a rest. I know at least me and Lana maybe could use a little bit of healing. And I could use to maybe get a slot back.
So you hear the chanting as well, and it's definitely more pronounced when you open the doors to when they were closed. Like when you open them, it was a little louder. And so it's definitely coming from this vicinity. Just not sure exactly how. There's, as you can see, inside, it's sort of 20 feet by 20 feet with some alcoves and a coffin there. And if you were to walk closer to it, then the sound of the chanting would get louder.
No, Shard will stay where he's at, and he'll drop down to a knee and say, "Okay, let's take our rest then." And he's just there on one knee, staring into the inside of this mausoleum.
All right. So you guys are gonna just rest for an hour outside?
Yeah. I mean, I would certainly like to get at least one slot back. That'd be awesome. And get my blade song back. That would be awesome.
Not even Shard can get his action surge back.
Right.
Okay. So in that hour, sort of guards come and check on things. They just ask if everything's okay, and you would point to the shattered remains of the gargoyles and say something's clearly not wrong, and they would say, "Yeah, we've posted a mission," and you would say that you be willing to undertake that, which is
Yeah,
the
we are
mission
the ones
we've
that are-
already agreed upon. They would say, okay, it seems to be like everything's okay for the moment. We'll send a patrol every hour or so and just double check that things are okay. But for now, we've got other things we need to attend to. And they would leave. So that happened in the hour that you were resting. Other than that, nothing really.
Yeah, I would like to. I'm gonna roll a hit die, or maybe a couple. And get some. I've never done it in this sheet, so let's see how this works. Boom. Let's go. We'll go with definitely my rogue one. So that gives me 5. And I also.
I am rolling amazing tonight, guys.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I just want to say
There's
now,
another
if
one,
Lana
apparently.
brings everyone to a near TPK again, I'm just gonna stop playing her with you guys because that's gotta be an omen. Anyway,
Don't stop playing. Come on.
And I used the second
at
hit
least
die
this time
to
won't be
take 5
because
more.
of her design.
It'll be okay. It'll be fine.
Lana,
Right.
one of the things that she
He's
would say is she's
feeling
kind
really
of
good.
sitting around, like guards coming and whatnot, and then mentioning that this is like their mission that they're kind of working. She's like, so how much you guys getting paid for this?
And Silas would have come over and sat next to her and goes, "You were there yesterday when we took the mission. Don't you remember?"
I wasn't. How much are we getting paid for this?
Yeah, no, and I understand. You know what I mean? But
no,
it's,
I didn't really look at it because I wasn't really sure if I was going to be sticking around or not.
It is
and
nice
I
to
shake
meet
my head. I shake my head and I just look at Lana and I go, "Oh, okay, lady." And then I remember how much I kind of dig her and I cut her some slack. and I go, "So for the people that weren't here and for apparently Lana as well, it's 300 gold apiece for us to figure this out. It
You
is."
guys get pretty good. That's right. I remember seeing one of the others. Like, they pay you guys a lot.
And
Yeah,
it is nice to meet finally Silas's girlfriend.
What? She just kind of like.
And Silas would definitely look down like at the ground and then look at Sharn and
She just kind of look over and be like,
and then
you
behind
just helped me
Lana's back,
yesterday.
you know what I mean? But just behind Lana's back, give him that number 1 again.
Nice. So I've put up the quest again there.
If you click on it, and then you're gonna hit the letters.
Because they've picked it up, so they're able to show you the writ. So you just click on it, press Z, and you'll be able to see what's written on it.
And for the silly Americans, that's the letter Z.
Okay,
I knew that.
that is correct.
I'm sorry. It's recorded. Oh.
All right, so it's not so bad. So I think that it'll be okay. We'll just kind of put you back up there, and you also okay. So now because I'm concentrating on all this, I can't recast Kavawe at the same time, can I?
You can cast her after.
Okay, but to sit here for another hour after that is just crazy. So, I guess we'll go without her. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, unless I look at. Okay, I would look at the party and say, Kalva, she had a.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
Lana,
her.
you just haven't like.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that was her
Like-
up there.
Sorry,
You think I should recast her, there, guys? It would take another hour.
No offense. I kind of want to be out of this place as soon as we can. So she'll be all right if you don't summon her right back, right?
Well, she's just she goes to that other plane of existence like you've seen before, Emmerich. I can cast her whenever I'd like. I don't think it's necessary.
Lana's eyes are like so wide.
Yeah.
She's like,
And
"She's not
and I look
gone,
at
Lord?"
no, she's not gone, Lana. She goes to a different plane of existence, and when I cast her again,
It's a simple matter, you know. It's just another plane of existence. Yeah.
yeah. But it's
Cool.
to me, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? She does that, and
She can never die. That's really cool.
theoretically not. Or maybe she just dies a lot. I guess is one way to look at it. But Silas looks at Lana and goes, "Are you going to heal yourself?" You know,
I did.
She did, yeah.
Wait, that was all of your hit die?
No, not all. Sorry.
I was like, you could roll more hit dice. It's okay.
Yeah, you can if you wish. Doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, that's a little bit.
Now, wait, now how are you getting a +2?
Doesn't your Constitution get added into it?
Yeah.
Oh, it does?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah, her con's at +2.
Okay, and that's fine. I would. Do I have any con? I don't know if I have con in this character.
I don't know.
I do have one, so I would be all the way back up because apparently in that macro doesn't put the +2 in it. So.
Huh. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong, but we'll just say yes for now, and if I'm wrong next time, we'll just take that back for next time. I just anyway.
Oh, no,
for
it's in
now-
there.
Rules.
Oh no, it's in the formula. It's in the formula. I was wrong.
Okay. All right. So you guys are rested. You know what's happened. What are you guys doing?
I am going
Yeah,
to
who's gonna
take
go
one of
first?
the torches that I have and hand it. I'm going to light it and hand it to Shadar. That is absolutely going to happen. So I'll have one less torch and say,
Okay.
Shadar, I mean, it's probably going to be. You don't have dark vision,
Shower,
do
you
you,
mean?
my big friend?
No.
Sorry, Shard. And I don't believe any of us do.
Think the
Okay.
rest do.
Shard will hold the torch in his offhand and his longsword in his right hand, and he will enter the tomb.
Dum dum dum.
And I would definitely I still have my mage armor up, but I would, as a bonus action, put up my my blades on.
All right. So yeah.
Well,
what you
actually, I'm not. Sorry, I'm gonna retry. I'm not gonna do that right now. Sorry, I'm just gonna have the mage armor up.
Okay. You see a
It's only the
coffin.
last 10 minutes. Yeah. Is there a? Oh, so that's below that is the coffin, the gray thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because my art is just gorgeous, right? Right.
It's wonderful.
I love it.
Yeah.
Now, when he comes in with the torch, does it light up the room so we can see well enough?
Yes, you can see.
I'm gonna back over here into this corner.
As Lana
And-
enters and looks behind her, she'll call out to Emmerich, just like, "You coming?"
Would there happen to be a sconce in the wall to hang the torch?
Sure.
Wonderful.
Okay. Well, I will go over and hang the torch in a sconce.
Yep. And because you're a little bit closer to the coffin than the entrance, you would hear the chanting louder. And
Does it sound like it's coming from either inside or beneath the coffin?
probably yes. There's no other explanation. So your logical mind would go to that. It would be an investigation check to confirm or deny, and also check to see how that might be happening.
No, I suck at. Let's see. Yeah, I suck at investigation, but what the heck? I'll kind of get down on my knees and sort of listen to the ground.
All right. Oh, nice.
That's not bad.
All right, yeah. So yeah, you get down on your knees and you're like moving around and you're trying to hear where this is coming from. It's definitely coming from beneath where the coffin is, and you think there must be a secret latch or something that would shift it to the side. And with your as you're looking around, you place your hand upon something that does seem a little out of place, and you look down and there's a secret latch.
I'll pull it or push it, whatever needs to be done to it.
Yep, the top of the or the whole coffin actually just, you hear a rumbling sound, and then it sort of shifts to the side, revealing a staircase down into the deep dark under the mausoleum.
And if Shard didn't, I will go over and take this torch out of the scotch and walk up back to him and say, "Here, buddy, you might want this again."
Yeah, I'll take the torch.
All right, down into the deep dark.
Let me guess, me first.
Well, isn't that your job?
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I just figured. Emmerich, you don't want to go first?
I will take last in case something comes from behind.
No need to be polite for a lady. You're welcome to go first.
I'll go after Lana, he says.
Lana's just like, I don't want to go second. I like being towards the back.
And he just giggles at her a little bit, and then he walks behind Shard.
Okay. I'm just copying you all over there now.
And okay, so because we're gonna be a little fun here, I would follow him behind Shard and reach out a hand again to Lana like I did last time and see if she takes it.
Hey,
Not
that's
this
me
time,
touching
because it's
here.
kind of one of those it's like, this isn't really the time or place to hold hands, in my opinion. You'll look at it and just go like, funny, if something comes, I need to be ready to punch something or grab my dagger. It's like, so yeah, she doesn't say anything. She just kind of like, if he does look back, she's just like, no, not now.
Alright, okay, so you guys descend into the mausoleum and go down this set of stairs, and then there's a short passageway, and then two massive doors that lie between you and the rest of the place. And these are also very, very slightly ajar. Slightly open.
I would like to go over here, up into the front. It's fairly well lit because of the torch, and I would like to look through the door a bit and see what I can see. And that's about as much as we can see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I look at Shard. I look at Shard and I say, it looks as if it goes in a bit, but I can't tell what's in any direction, my friend.
Well, this is how it's done. And
yeah, I mean, and I push up against the door a little bit. Does it move freely, or is it got a?
That's heavy, but yeah.
It is heavy. Okay.
yeah, Shard's going to push the one door open and just go in.
Okay. So you've got a torch, so you're able to see decently well.
Okay.
So yeah, you just see a passage, like a corridor. You see another coffin and what seems to be some kind of statue on
Is
the
the
top
chanting
corner.
getting louder?
Yes, I mean, the further you get down, I'm not going to say it every time you get close to it. The further you get down, the louder it will be.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. And this is a coffin here.
Yes.
Okay. And this is the said statue you were talking about.
Yes.
And is this all a wall?
Yes.
So the building is shaped, it's kind of, like a J or whatever, upside down J.
Well, you'll see more.
Yeah. I would like to sneak up here and hold on to Shard and say, hold on, let me see if I can stealth here a little bit,
Okay.
and maybe sneak along and not go in there and and hurt ourselves. So I'd like to
Okay.
come to here, which is the edge of this is the edge of the wall, right?
Yeah. Can you? Um, are you looking for anything here, or are you just like?
Okay. Does this over here look like another corner of the wall? So that's like a nook.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would
Yes.
like to do is I'd like to kind of stealth, to over to here, and then over to here, and to see what I see when I go across that way,
All right.
while stopping here and maybe looking at that statue a little bit to see if I see any. I would like to maybe from here look at it to see if it looks like it's alive or anything, or if it's going to attack me.
So you trigger a tripwire. What happens is they've laid
Goddamn
a
traps.
they've laid a trap. You hear a click, and the whole place will like reverberate, or the whole section of the place will reverberate with this click, and you're like, uh-oh, and you see the frame of the statue just like open, and
Oh, great. Lana's like in direct line. Bugger!
And after setting it off, I would step back next to Shard over here because I knew I set it off already. So I would just kind of step back over here.
okay, just
My hero.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. I just don't want to be here right at the edge. I'd rather be next to Shard rather than be out there in front.
all right.
Use our metal meat shield. Use our non-meat shield to.
Yeah. So you see a body inside this statue, covered in like cloth, and it's sort of like doesn't do anything for a second, and then its eyes start to glow, or sockets that should be its eyes, and it will throw its arms forward and will step outside of the statue. You can also hear more rumbling from further down the cavern, and you think that there probably are more of these things.
Wonderful.
So they're just like humanoid bodies that are wrapped in cloth, and they have red glowing eyes. And they are walking. It starts walking towards you. No, I'm not that cruel. If it was mummies, it would probably be an instant TPK.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Just saying. Yeah. So investigation. Was that for earlier? Yeah. So, does everyone roll me a nature or arcana or history check when you see this thing coming out?
Best for me. Well, I guess they're all the same.
Oh.
I don't have proficiency in any of them. Which one do I think is going to be the best math? We'll go with the Arcanist, and then we are a wizard. Oh, 19's good.
Yeah. So you think that this is not a mummy. It is undead. It is probably most likely a ghoul. And ghouls, they generally hit with sharp claws, and they can cause paralyzation.
Mm-hmm.
They're also immune to being poisoned, like many undead are.
Right.
You're not sure how this thing is being animated, but you think it's part of the trap.
Wonderful.
Shard will take one step forward and stand there and say, well, Let's find out how well those wrappings burn.
Yeah. So it is a straight initiative check, and we'll see who goes.
Burn, baby, burn.
Disco Inferno.
Burn, baby, burn. Let's see.
Silas excited this time. As he should be. He's probably got the highest initiative out of all of us.
Alright, and didn't realize I hadn't revealed it. Alright, so we're adding a turn, and wow, okay. So that one. Wow, okay.
Who's gonna kill us?
Okay,
Oh,
so
Jesus.
Yep. So it lumbers out of this statue and just immediately just runs forward, not like ignoring everything except for what is directly in front of it. It is completely ignoring Shard and it's just going to run straight past at
Mr. Silas.
Mr. Silas here. Yeah.
Would I get an attack of opportunity on it?
He hasn't moved away from your.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah, he moved into it. He didn't move away from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So he's going to slash at you with his claws. Yeah, just once. Okay. 16 does not hit you because you have your. Oh, you don't have your blade dance on, do you? Your blade singing. Because you said no. So does that hit you then? I don't think it does. I think it will if you haven't got your blade song on. You're muted as well, Corey.
Yes, it will. I'm a 15 at that point. I turn
Alright.
18 when I have Blade Song on. It's fine. Do what you gotta do.
So we've got. Yeah, so it slashes at you with its claws. 7 slashing damage, and then you need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Except for we're not going to do that because I'm going to use my spell slot, and I'm going to cast Shield.
All right.
That's my reaction.
Sure.
Unfortunately, I would have much rather use that for something better. Well, that's not bad, but we're going to do that, and then I'll have.
Yep. So you'll
Glad we
definitely
took the risk.
off the magic. You know, everyone will see that he's about to get hit by this thing's claws, and will freak out because it's just come out of its thing and just rush forward madly, slamming into him, and he will say some words like under his breath, and you'll see like the thing smash against this magical barrier that rises between him and it, and
Right, and it's the same color as whatever my mage armor is at the time, but it comes up and it looks like a large shield that anybody would carry, but it's considerably larger, and it just comes up and just envelops right in front of me.
Okay. Now, just in the corner of your vision, Shard, because of where you are, you'll be able to see this start another one and you'll be able to see like about this far. I'm trying to make a diagonal, but yeah, you can sort of see another one that's just rushing in a straight line down that way, and okay. All right, and then it's Silas. You are free to make your turn. And you're muted.
Damn vaporizer! If it wasn't so damn loud, I wouldn't have to mute it. So he's going to be very happy that he had taken that rest, and so that he could use shield there. He's going to, as a bonus action, cast Blade Song at this point. So now he does go up to a full 18 as he can be, and as a regular action, he's going to cast Chill Touch on this.
Okay.
And be very happy to do that. So.
All right.
Go ahead. That. Okay, so that's a 19.
Sure. Yeah, doll. 19 most certainly hits. You do 3 necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm. And because it is undead, it will have disadvantage against attack against me next turn.
Against you. All right. Mm-hmm. I will remember that. Very good. Shard.
Okay, I'm gonna with my main hand. I'll take a swing at this thing with a long sword.
Yep. You definitely hit it, and you definitely strike it for full damage. Relieved that finally you're able to be fully.
And then, as a bonus action, with my offhand, I'm going to try to hit it with a torch. Hopefully, maybe even set it on fire.
Sure.
No. Except for it didn't hit.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. So you try to strike it, and the club part of the torch, like the wooden part, does strike, but the fire doesn't catch, and you see that the weapon doesn't do anything against it, and you think, oh, maybe I didn't hit it hard enough. Lana. You're muted. I can't hear you, but you are casting Firebolt.
Yeah, she's gonna sidestep and just pull her bat and pop out a Firebolt at this thing and totally scorch it for 3 points of damage. The thing's probably screaming like a ring wraith.
Sure. Except it doesn't. You definitely hit it. You definitely cause fire damage. The fire burns part of the cloth away, but it doesn't catch.
And as a bonus action, she will kind of back up just in case the other companion wants to be able to squeeze in and get a strike or two.
Beautiful. All right. That is that. Emmerich.
All right. I have a question, rules-wise.
Sure.
If I stand behind Silas and use my pike, can I hit the ghoul?
Yes.
Since it is a reach weapon?
In my game, yes.
Alright, so that's exactly what he's going to do. Where is that at? Weapons, there we go.
Because Silas isn't 5 foot wide.
No, by no means.
Alright. I'm taking that hit.
He's rather scrawny.
Certainly hits. Yeah, you strike him quite severely. You can see that all of the blows against it are definitely having an effect on it, and you think that you're doing really well. It's been hit several times, and it's not looking the best. Then there you go. It's going to basically completely ignore Shard. And go for Silas.
So it has disadvantage. Thank God for disadvantage.
Stop re-rolling different dice. Stop it. So yeah,
Thank God for disadvantage.
This one comes all the way up to here, and we'll attack Shard because you're the only thing that it can see. Nope. And this one, 2, 3. Will also roll. Slashing at you with claws for 20 to hit.
Yikes.
20 hit Shard. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. You take 10 slashing damage and need to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Actually, can you be paralyzed?
I don't know if in 5th edition they can or not. Let's see.
I don't believe so.
Well, make your save anyway, and we'll, if you fail, which is unlikely, then we'll look up the rule.
Well, where are saves at?
So on the character sheet, they are under core stats, and you go to the column of con, and there's a save button on the right-hand side of it.
I swear I'm under core stats and I'm not seeing. Okay, it's next to the. No.
Oh, so you fail. So we do have to look it up.
I just did. It's resistant to disease. I don't know what that means exactly.
Okay, so yeah. All right, so yeah, you will be paralyzed. How does this look on a Warforged?
I probably just look like a statue.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Shard just like freezes up like the Tin Man, I guess, and for some reason he is not moving, basically you can continue to save every round, Shard, to overcome the paralyzation. But for now, at the end of each of its turns. So basically you lose your turn if you're paralyzed, and then you make your save, and if you make it, you are good to act for the next round. Okay. So they've had their turns. Silas, how are you reacting to your Warforged friend who has seen himself through this horrible disease and not being affected whatsoever, suddenly be hit by one of these things and just totally go stiff and unable to move?
I definitely think that I would be a bit concerned because, from my knowledge, Warforged shouldn't be able to have that happen to him. So I might think that it's definitely a little strange. But I'm going to persevere on, and I'm going to draw both of my weapons, and I'm going to grab my scimitar in one hand and my hand crossbow in the other. And I'm going to take a slash with my scimitar at it first,
Yeah.
and then shoot it with my hand crossbow afterwards.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let's get fancy there. Let's get fancy here. Bam. Okay. Boom, boom. That's not fancy enough, I don't think.
Well, that'll hit.
Oh, we'll hit. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically just covered in this old cloth. It's not really.
So now Shard is still standing there, so I can use my sneak attack on that as well, right?
You may.
Okay. So that's 8 points of damage total.
Okay.
And then it didn't drop.
It did not.
Okay. I'm going to use my crossbow bolt and take a shot on it. Wonderful.
All right. Yeah, you can see that it is severely, severely wounded. It's glaring, but you can see whatever unlife held this thing together is nearly dissipated.
Now this square here is still within 5 feet of it, so can I move to this square?
Yes, you may.
Without an attack of opportunity?
Yes, you may.
Okay. I'd like to move there, so at least I'm behind Shard. I mean, so it has to come around. I don't know if we want to do that. Now that I'm thinking about it. Well, because then at least the two strongest things are here still in the front, and my two squishy casters. No, I'm gonna stay there.
Okay.
Because it would give just an open way for them to get in and get at everybody else. We'll stay here. Go ahead.
All right. Shard, I just need another con save from you, please.
Come on, buddy.
Unfortunately, you are unable to overcome this.
That's
Lana.
absurd.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Duck!
What's up with the ones for damage right now? That's 3 in a row.
Yeah. We'll burn that sucker over there real good. Duck boo!
Strike it with a firebolt for 1 damage, and it's not quite dead.
Makes a nice little explosion. And fizzles out right away.
Like spark.
Yeah.
Emmerich.
Emmerich is once again going to use his pike to stab, I guess, around Silas and hit the one in front.
Sure.
Stabby, stabby.
Did that show up?
No, there it is.
There it is. Yeah, unfortunately. So, though these things are very easy to hit, unfortunately, you are trying to get around Silas are a bit clumsy this time, and unfortunately can't seem to make it. So it's their turn. They see Shard is all like stiff, and but they don't know any better. So this one continues to try to attack Silas. He's there.
Doesn't have disadvantage this turn.
Okay.
Does not. Less than 18. Oh no, thank you.
Then those two attack Shard because they don't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a miss.
Paralyzed and a miss. All right. So yeah, they try to slash away at Shard, but he is quite resilient apparently. Now that he is paralyzed, his whole body has just gone, stiff, and he is unable to be harmed by these things for the time being. Silas.
We're gonna go with the same thing. Scimitar hand crossbow again.
Okay. Okay. You
And
finish.
that is 4 of them. That's 4 in a row.
You finish this one that's directly in front of you off with
Okay.
that scimitar hit, slashing right through its body, causing it to fall onto the ground lifeless.
Now I can't use sneak attack. I could only use sneak attack on that hit, couldn't I have?
You can use it on the second hit.
As
If
long
you hit.
okay, okay. So from where I'm standing, I'm gonna take the crossbow shot at this dude here.
Mm-hmm. You hit.
Yeah, and the ones continue.
For 7.
For 7 damage.
Alright. Yeah, so crossbow bolt.
And I'd like
fires
to move
into-
up 1.
Sure. Shard, I need a constitution saving throw from you. You succeed.
Nice.
So next turn you can act as normal. You shake off the paralyzation and open your eyes, and there's these 2 things standing in front of you.
Can I take a bonus action?
No, it's at the end of your turn that you take your saving throw.
Where'd you take
Okay.
Lana.
Pew pew.
Pew pew. Nope.
With a beautiful actually rolled higher than a 3 for fire, but it just
Yeah.
back wall gets the damage. Aim
Yeah,
too high.
You fire it
I was-
directly at the statue instead of at the creature.
I was just thinking, it's like, I'm just gonna try and make sure that this arc's up and over, and up too much force went way over.
Whatever. Alright, Emmerich.
Merc is gonna shimmy a little bit forward and use his pike to reach around and get this one.
Sure.
Alright.
Nice, yeah. You slam into it. That's a good amount of damage too. You can see that you've caused a good amount of damage. Your pike has definitely caused it some pain, if these things can even feel pain. It's their turn. Alright, I've got an attack versus Silas, an attack versus Shard. Silas first. Nope. Shard. Nope. They continue to be useless. Clearly this trap wasn't particularly well thought out, because these things are very easily hit and don't seem to be very adept with their claws. However, a paralyzation is kind of nasty. Silas, you're up.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. All right, so because it's just as good as it has been, I'm going to use Chill Touch this time, because I know that it will give them disadvantage. Not that they've been hitting me anyways, but I'm gonna try that this time on them.
Alrighty.
Because I just don't want to do the same damn thing over and over again. Oh, there we go. So there's that 8 necrotic damage that has disadvantage against a hit against me this next turn. I'm definitely going for that guy that's showing at me.
Yeah, you can definitely see and from this, like it sort of, as you focus your energies on it, and this spectral skeletal hand rises from the ground, it like pulls on its ankle, and it sort of trips up and is on its knees on the ground, still alive, but has disadvantage. Shard, you're actually able to act, Shard.
And Before the end of my turn, I would say, Shard, hit the one on the right, if he knows it's right from left.
Okay, I'll
Keep it
swing.
on.
I'll swing my silver longsword at the one on the right.
Yeah, you definitely slash into it, causing a
And-
decent damage.
And then I'm going to take a bonus action to heal myself a little bit.
That's
that,
cool.
Okay.
Second wind. Is that second wind?
Yeah,
or whatever?
that's my second wind.
Mhm.
So
Alright, very
I'm
good.
almost back to full.
Yeah. The bar went up a bunch. Come on, Lana.
Yep, Lana, you're up.
That should hit. Which
Oh, yeah.
the only one she could see is this one. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, so describe how you burn it to cinders.
Yes. So she's like, the first one, she just kind of volleys up and over. Is like, okay, a little too much. And so the second one, she's like, and this, and just goes up and lands right on, and boom, flames. It's like, yes, I finally got the right balance of power and whatever else goes into making these things. Because yeah, she only knows like 3 spells, period. So, anyways.
Cool, that was excellent.
That was exciting.
Mhm.
I could
Yeah,
do
that
something.
one was cool.
Amaric.
Emmerich is gonna reach over here, and he's actually gonna cast excuse me, Ray of Frost on the last remaining ghoul.
Okay. That hits. You
Alright.
You encase it in ice for a second. The ice shatters and does a good amount of cold damage. Well done. It has its go. Tries to attack Shard. Does not. Silas.
All right. I'm gonna move over to here, and then I'm gonna pew pew it twice with my crossbow. Once I can find it, there it is. Come here, please. Thank you. Listen. All right. There's one that does not hit, right? A 10.
Correct.
Okay. Take a second shot. That definitely hits. Shard is right next to it, so I can use my sneak attack. So it's 7 total.
Yep. The crossbow bolt slams into it, and you can see that it's definitely close to death. Shard.
Shard's going to move up here and stab at it with his longsword. No.
Misses.
And then he'll try to whack it with the torch.
Okay. That hits.
That should hit, yeah.
Alright, I'll add some fire damage for you. It'll be... Can you roll a d4 for me, please?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Alright, so yeah, you slam it with your torch after not being able to hit it with your longsword, and you just realize how hard you hit this thing. Indeed, because it's very close to death, you can see that the fire has actually caught amongst the cloth that is surrounding it, and you think that the life is not going to last very long. Lana, you're up. You can finish this thing off easily. Except you can't. Alright.
So clearly Lana's like, I got this. I can totally hit this ghoul creature thing around a corner.
What happens is you're fighting fire with fire, so you you spurt the fire, and it goes directly to where the fire is, and both of them go out.
She's just like, next time I'll be sure to move so I can see my target.
Alright.
Just kind of like mental note to herself, like, that didn't. Yeah, okay. Oops. Let's try this again, but obviously next round, if it comes.
Emmerich.
Emmerich is gonna scooch a little bit behind Shard, and he's gonna kind of focus on his spell this time. And instead of Ray of Frost, he's gonna try Frostbite.
Mm. It's
Just
funny,
to
we
be
have the
different.
exact same shells. We have the exact
Yeah.
same shells.
So I need him to make a con save.
Alright. Con is... Okay. No modifier on con.
Lovely.
So, describe
Make it.
how this thing was just on fire, and now you kill it with cold damage. Describe this.
So what immediately happens isn't like apparent at first, as Emmerich just sort of holds his hand, but then you start hearing like the crackle from ice, and the thing just sort of splits like a good old TV show special effect.
Nice. I like it. Alright. You guys have defeated the trap and the creatures that were there waiting for you. You can see what else is there. However, we're getting a little short on time now. All of the creatures are dead. You are definitely victorious, and you feel pretty good after this, actually, because not only have you fought off these stone-skinned gargoyles that barely took any damage from your weapon attacks, but you've also fought off these undead monsters that were hiding in the statues. So it's kind of up to you guys. I don't want to go for too much longer. You can definitely hear the chanting much louder than before. That is just burnt out brazier that could be lit again with a torch if you wanted. It would light or with a flint and tinder you could light it.
Shard will go over and light it.
Yeah, cool. It lights up and shows you more detail of this room. Basically, it's just it's.
Well, it's definitely looking around, like trying to keep an eye open for like any other traps.
Yeah, you would see
Like, tripwire.
You would see what you think was perhaps an old stairwell over here, but now there's a whole heap of fallen rock and stuff that's blocking the way.
Okay,
so you're unable to go down there.
Is over here? Is this a walkway down this way?
Yeah, so you can have a look down there. I'll reveal that. So
And
another
it's
open.
much louder here in this area.
Let's check this area. Is it? Check for traps.
The sound is coming where those stairs are. It's coming from the next room, from that way. But because it's all collapsed, you can't make your way through there. So you look down, you see another one of those statues that's open. Obviously, one of the other corpses that you were just fighting came from this statue here. Yes, Lani, you can roll a perception check to see if you can spot another tripwire. You do not spot another tripwire, so you think you're all safe. You've had a pretty good look in the area.
So I'll come over to here.
Water!
Ooh, a pool. Oh, nice.
Yep. So there's a circular pool of water that is still. Um,
Can I roll investigation on it?
Seems kind of
rather than can you roll investigation on it, do you want to just say I have a look and want to determine if there's anything special about this? Yes, you may.
Okay. So, what do I do that? Oh, yes. May I have a look at it to see if there's anything special about this pool?
yes. Roll an investigation check.
And while he's doing that, Shard will light the other brazier. Maybe it'll help.
Yeah. Sure. You start looking at this water, and as you're looking, it starts to swirl, and you don't think this is a particularly good thing. As you just get this
effect.
this
Back away.
eerie sensation, but as you go to pull yourself away, you realize that you can't, and you need to make a wisdom saving throw to pull yourself away from this thing.
Ah, poop. I'm screwed.
Just me, or
Just you,
or all of
because
us?
you're the one that's investigating it.
Oh, she was totally checking it out.
Oh, you fail.
I probably did.
Yeah, so you can't pull your gaze away. In fact, just like Frodo in Lord of the Rings, you are pulled further and further towards this water, and everyone can see his hands are on the lip of this. It's kind of like a well, I guess, and you can see he was like checking it out, and then like his eyes like went like totally focused on the water, and you can see like his head's getting closer and closer to the water, and his shoulders are being hunched over, getting closer to the water as well.
Shard's going to put away his sword and reach out and try to grab Silas by the back of his cloak or shirt, whatever, and pull him away from the water.
Lana's just kind of like watching him, just like, he's going to jump in the water.
Were you investigating the water as well, Lana?
She was checking it out, to say the least.
Yeah. If you were even just looking into the water, you would also need to make a wisdom saving throw.
14?
Okay, you're alright. So yeah, you feel this like compulsion to like continue to look at it, but you sort of like shake it off and you're like, it's just water. No, nothing special, but it is swirling. You do see it swirling. Yeah.
She's like, huh, interesting.
So
So
do I dive into the pool?
you are trying to pull him away. So basically, what this will do is we'll give him advantage on his next check. So. Silas, make another check for me with advantage, please.
With advantage, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that. Dumb boy.
You dip your head in the water. Unfortunately, you're unable to contain him, Shard, as he is totally succumbed to this compulsion. He dips his head into the water, and tune in next time because I'm going to finish it there.
It's all good. It's all good. I love it. That's a great cliffhanger point. I love it.
Oh, my.
Tune in next time to see what happens.
To see if Silas gets sucked into the water and goes to a whole different realm. Maybe he goes to where Kawawa goes.
That is a great thing. I'm so glad. All right. If there's anything else you guys want to say before we close off the recording, go ahead.
You can get a better drink of water if you keep your head above it.
Yes, I clearly could, and he's just a dumb boy at this point because there's this girl around.
It's almost tempting to like.
I'm so glad.
It's the
like
girl's
part in the back of her head that just like just wants to push him in, kind of like, haha, he's being silly. I'll just push him in, but it's like, No, I'm kind of gonna watch to see where this goes. Like, what is he doing?
And
All
what,
right, well,
all right.
And Shard's thinking if he dies, we're getting the his 300 gold.
Yeah, absolutely. What does Emmerich think?
So I'll be like, I got dibs on his portion.
Emmerich is still looking at the ghouls, freaked out.
Hey, where did the third one come from?
You haven't seen the,
We haven't seen that
the
cover yet.
statue yet. Yeah, you will when you get into the next room. But
If I
For
make it to the
now-
next room.
for now, I will thank you guys for playing. That was really fun. I hope anyone
It was a
enjoyed
good
watching enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll have a quick debrief with you guys before you head off. But for now, for anyone watching, we'll catch you on the flip side. We're back here in 2 weeks' time to continue the adventure with these guys, or you can tune in next week to see Group 1 and their adventures. All right, catch you later.
We survived!